Hello, how are you? Welcome to my car. I hope this isn't just a view of my steering wheel. I don't know. And the lighting is going to be changing quite a bit because the sun is going down. There's a million mosquitoes outside and I am a mosquito magnet, so I'm staying in here. We're on the road right now. I'm actually in Cobram, Victoria, which is right on the border. I'm literally looking at the Murray River right now. I'm going to go explore and get eaten alive by mosquitoes very shortly, but I thought before I would do that, I would film a video because I haven't done one of those in a while because I've been so busy with this job. I enlisted the help of some colleagues and friends of mine to come up with a list of things you should never do on a film set. Yeah, there are a million things you shouldn't do on a film set, and this is just some of them, so this could probably make a couple of videos. If you can think of anything, leave them in the comments down below, because, hey, let's just make it a giant thread. The first one is don't disappear without telling anybody where you're going. If you don't communicate to your team where you are, they might not know how to get a hold of you, even if you're just going to the bathroom. That's why people over the radio say 10-1 or 10-2. Everybody does it. Never complain, even under your breath. Like, you never know who can hear you say something and who might take offense to it, even if you are grumpy about something. That's really what I'm getting at here. If you are grumpy about something on a set, don't complain under your breath even, because word can get around and that looks very poor on you. Your reputation is on the line. I'm not saying get walked over. Safety is a #1 priority. So if there is something happening on set that is not safe mentally or physically, you need to tell somebody that. You need to complain about that. But if it's something petty, like you don't like how somebody is working, I wouldn't bring it up. Not responding on the radio, that's big. Always confirm that you've had a task assigned to you. If somebody calls out on the radio, hey, can you get XYZ from the truck? Say, copy that. Say something that recognizes that you've heard what they've said and you're going to go do that task. Because if somebody puts a call out and nobody responds, they're not going to know if their task is being completed. Never unplug anything or plug anything into any outlet on a set unless you've specifically asked the gaffer or whoever owns that particular item that you're unplugging. It's an important role for a gaffer to understand what is plugged into a house at any one point and if they're going to overload any circuits. So if you're going to plug something in that's quite substantial, battery chargers, laptops, whatever, anything could trip whatever power source you're using. So you've got to ask first. There could also be problems if you plug into something and it's going to be in shot, or the gaffer needs to plug a light in there instead and they have to unplug whatever you've set up. So it's really important just to ask. Not my department. That is not a good thing to say on set. If somebody comes up to you and it's not your department and you just say, not my department, and brush them off, it's not helpful. Find somebody who is responsible for that department and help that person out. Be like, hey, look, I know who's responsible. You're looking for this person. Go and see them. Connected to that is stay in your lane. Don't do the job of other people, especially if it's going to hinder what you're doing. That's why we've got so many roles on a film set, because everybody has their own distinct things that they have to do, and that just streamlines everything. Everybody knows what their role is and there's no blurred lines. So that leads on to don't say yes to tasks that compromise what you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's a part of your department or not. If it's a task that's going to compromise what you're currently working on and you need to prioritize that current task, do that. If you don't know how to do something, ask someone. If somebody asks you to go and do something and you're like, well, I've never done that before, and then you try and do it and you fail and you break something, that's bad. Just ask that person, hey, I've never done that before, can you please show me how to do it? Nobody's going to care. Everybody's going to be happy. It's going to take a few seconds to work out with them. Maybe they might be grumpy as a once-off, but once you know, you'll remember for next time. Don't leave rubbish around, especially on a hot set. This one's for all the art department people out there who are very grumpy when you leave water bottles and your rubbish on a set. Do not do that. Have a designated spot for your rubbish. Maybe hang a garbage bag onto the camera trolley. Just do something to keep track of all of your rubbish over the day. Don't have conversations, professional or otherwise, around the split. If you're around the split and let's just say the director and the client are there, or the director and the script supervisor or a producer, and they're having a conversation about what's happening, what's going on in this particular scene, there might be issues because everybody's talking over each other, there's too many voices, things can get really confusing very quick. Just don't do it. Even if you're taking a call via the radio and they can't hear the other side of the conversation, but you're speaking quite loudly or at a normal level, that can still interrupt them as well. It's important to acknowledge that and just move away. And lastly, a nice important one, don't run. You don't need to run, it's not that important. Things will happen when they happen. Running can be very dangerous on a film set, regardless of where it is. If you're in a studio, there could be cables, stands, lots of different things in the way. If you're on location, there could be moving cars. There could be still stands, cables, everything really. Lots of different things can happen, and it's just safer not to run. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go out there and have a little walk around. I'll show you some footage at the end of this video as well if you're interested in seeing, which I know some of you were interested in seeing what Australia looks like, and the answer to that question is it's very different. There's lots of different landscapes in Australia and this is only one of them. But I'll show you some of this. It's almost sunset time and it looks really nice outside, so I'll show you around. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please remember to give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my face and learn a little bit more about filmmaking in the process, remember to subscribe and I'll see you later.